Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as to universal contentment. The Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. We are just getting started. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, he may be a player who we still haven't worked out what his best position is, but I still think that this fella, Kai Havertz's role, will be quite big. He initially played a little deeper before he arrived in England, but once he came to England, he tended to be played as a centre-forward, and it made it difficult for him. I mean, he wasn't attuned to that position, but now he's grown into it, and things are beginning to work.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Rice wins the duel this time. Pinches it off him. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great vision. And here's Thuram. Çalhanoğlu. There's the header! He will be livid with himself.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Timber. Eze. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Some really good ball movement.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That has been cut short. Well timed, excellent interception. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Eze. This is a promising build-up. Saka. Well, there's the clearance. Ambitious ball here. Great ball if he can get there. Çalhanoğlu! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Saka. No way through. Well, quality clearly deserted it. Chance! It's loose now and they want to get... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And that should get the job done. And it's Diouf. Nice looking ball. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now, can they get him on? He's having a hit! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Salmon. Saka. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, there's a probing ball. Eze. Rice cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
It's an early cross. Bisek. Shifted upfield. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Saka. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's a good run he's making there. Saka. Cross to the back post. Darmian gets it away. Barella. And Inter now could counter-attack. Spread neatly. Merino. Looking for a runner. Can he get onto this? Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. A probing pass. Thuram. It's a goal kick.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Knocks it into space. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Good effort from distance. Salmon. And there's the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Gyökeres. Distributed tidily. DiMarco cuts it out. Çalhanoğlu. Nicely shaped ball. Martinez wants to run onto this. And that brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
So the action resumes. So the first half brought no goals.
Inter are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone. Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, some tackle that. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Saka. Gyökeres. Can he get on the end of... He's having a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And here's Havertz. Inter Milan can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
60,810.
He's well positioned here. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he couldn't get hold of it.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Arsenal with the corner, they're first. And he's gone looking for safety. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Gyökeres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Dumfries. No joy this time.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 10.
So time for change.
Eze.
And this one has been
Coming
on the cards for a little
field
while.
is number 19.
Havertz being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
Merino. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Played out towards the right wing. Delivered. Header! Against the crossbar. And he's stuck it away. And surely the time, decisive strike. Trossard duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Shot a goal! Short offside that time. Oh, that is a nice touch. Havertz! Luis Enrique. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That pass has been well intercepted. That looks a good ball through. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Thuram unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He won't be happy with that one. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. Oh, good spread. Can he spark a counter here? Well, that's gone loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. Shapes to shoot! And he's quick to get rid. That's headed upfield. Decent chance! And that's a good finish. And what a climax we have here! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Inter Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
We've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Number 39.
Now he's got space here.
Has been indicated.
Floated through. He's picked his way through. And that will be the final act. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Manchester United.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Things already rolling. Now it's Menu. Tries a shot! Deftly away. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Now it's Xerxes. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Ambitious ball here. Great ball, and he's in here. Delivered across. It is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, good climb! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Bastoni is offering a wry smile there.
The most accurate pass. It's a lovely, neat pass. DiMarco picks it up now.
That's good defensive concentration.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Nicolo Barella is by all accounts a jack of all trades, and I think that's a very good way of describing how this player operates, because he's growing into one of Italy's most important...
Oh, he's all along. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance, really, and 99 times out of 100, and you know what I'm going to say next.
Not the most convincing of passes. He's a sharp little ball here. Clipped into space. Shapes to shoot! Glorious! A finish right from the top draw!
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
Inter Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Can he get on the end of this? Looking for options for movement. Darmian defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Nice looking ball. Diouf couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
It's Çalhanoğlu!
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That looks a cracking ball. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, there's the clearance. Fredriksson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Xerxes. He's going for goal! And he's had it nicked away. Oh no, what has happened here? And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
That's a great ball crossfield.
Xerxes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Martinez.
Inter definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Here comes the cross. Thuram! Well, that's a fair try, but just off target. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Matheus Cunha. And he's managed to get free.
Manchester United certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Gets his head on it! And he should have made them pay.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Searching pass he's played there. Looking for the run. Can he finish? And Tato. Martinez. He's having a hit! And it... Goal! It's offside, I think. Yes, it is offside.
He went just a smidgen too early, Peter.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call.
Added time.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. And that's been... And the referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Manchester United trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 22.
So let's get the ball rolling.
On the field is...
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance.
Thuram! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Manchester United come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Bruno Fernandes. Nicely spread. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that has put paid to that. Casemiro.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Matheus Cunha under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Dorgu is in a really good position out wide. Dumfries. That pass isn't the best. Now that looks a decent ball, and that was asking for too much.
The attendance for this match was 72,306.
It's their second corner of the game. He leaps for it! Well taken goal. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number
Two coaches
17,
are signalling
number
changes here,
37,
both at the same time.
Mainu. Number 8, Bruno Fernandes.
And he's forced to go back.
Coming on the field,
Probing pass.
Number 19, Mbeumo.
Manchester United
Number 7,
still have the cards to
Mason
affect this
Mount.
game.
Number 38.
It's a searching
Substitution
pass.
taking place.
Floated through. Picked out. Can he finish? Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Mbeumo. Played into space. Luis Enrique providing an outlet on that flank. Casemiro attempts a clearance. Can he get it through? Decent shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Mbeumo. Now it's Xerxes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Real chance! Brilliant from Mbeumo! About as smooth as it gets. Back to within one. Interesting. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Manchester United cut their deficits and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And he plays one through. He has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Manchester United really are showing all the necessary urgency, but its potency...
Big chance! And that really should have been that.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number
Manchester
18,
United are making a change now.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the effort he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Well, he's done very well to take that back. Kind of somewhat off target. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that was nowhere near his best. And he's gone long. Mbeumo. And he welcomes it in. And a chance! And yes, it's there! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 11.
So changes afoot here,
Xerxes.
and from both sides.
Coming on the field is
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well,
Šeško.
needless to say, Peter,
Substitution.
they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
The final 5 minutes. Aimed beyond the defence. That looks a cracking ball. That's an excellent interception. And he's quick to get rid.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Quality ball. Now he's off and running. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that's been won straight back. Mount spread out to the left. Looking to play him in. In towards the back stick. And he's there to clear it. Diouf gets it away. Referee looks at his watch and...